Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives. I've got a new folding knife review. This knife is from Klein tools, right? And that's a brand that's well known among electricians, at least according to the reviews I read. And it's a super thin design because of being a lockback. Okay, how does it open? Opens pretty well. It's about 2.7 inches by my measurement, and this is Aus 8 steel. A mighty impressive forward tip blade, full flat ground. Now on Amazon they were calling this a sheep's foot, but I think there might be a little bit of a translation problem because like I said, this is made in Japan, and usually this would be called a pruning blade, or a pruning hook, or an electrician's knife, or a classic Hawkbill. Okay, but whatever terminology you use, there's no doubt that this blade is absolutely wicked at draw cutting with the tip. Now the base of the edge, near the ricasso, it's basically just straight. And that part of the blade is good for precision push cutting. I'm quite familiar with this type of blade. I always have something like this around because they're very useful. I mean, for any number of things, just your basic package opening, of course. This is one they no longer make anymore. It's a Smith & Wesson Bullseye electrician's knife. This one is a liner lock. But throughout the years, I've always found this blade shape to be very useful. The price on this, it's around $50, including shipping. I'll include the link on Amazon where you can pick one up. This is made in Japan, so you're going to pay a little bit of a markup just for it to get to you if you're in the US. And one of the reasons I wanted to check this knife out for myself was because after reading some reviews, this brand is well known among electricians and just people who use tools, but it's not necessarily well known among knife collectors or just general folding knife enthusiasts. Speaking of tools, I had this and I didn't even realize until I bought this. I didn't even remember. I already have something from this company. This is their one of their utility knives. It's very solid and beefy, and this is probably the best part. You carry your spare blades right there. So yeah, I'll include a link. It's not as sharp as I thought it would be. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about with this edge. And oh yes, a knife did bite me. No, it was not this knife. Okay, first let me show you that part of the edge. If I can get the paper in the view. All right, see that part of the edge? Look at the inner curve of the edge. You see how it struggled there? You see how it struggled right there? Once it gets in there, but still, the inner curve here, it's only medium sharp. Well, you can see right there, you can see those those grind lines. Those are supposed to be smoothed out at like a microscopic level, right? If this was as sharp as it could be, you wouldn't be able to see those lines. You see that? Past the bevel on the edge. You can see it's a little rough. Now granted, that's probably not going to matter too much because you're going to be cutting with the tip or you're going to be push cutting with that part right there. So you probably won't notice, but I want a scalpel, goddammit. No, I'm kidding. For $50, it's fine. Alright, but how is this thing mechanically? It's really good, dude. If you press on this, I mean, there is zero blade play. It's rock solid. These are aluminum handle scales, but it's very good quality. I mean, it's just as good as Spyderco's Japanese-made folders. So, do I recommend this blade? Absolutely. Like I said, I've always found this blade shape to be super useful. I mean, what other blade shape is good for gardeners, electricians, anybody who works in inventory, shipping and receiving? I mean, this will open a package, and is even good for, the unlikely self-defense type scenario. It can rip and tear, so, I mean, as a multi-purpose, just everyday utility tool, I definitely do recommend this blade. And what makes this one particularly special is just it's exceptionally well made for a utility tool type knife. So yeah, it's pretty much, one of the deluxe, one of the best versions of this type of blade.